Now, let's talk for a moment about the micro E-mini futures because they're a lot newer. Listen, I've been trading this market so long that I can tell you the dates when these things were born, okay? The E-mini S&P, the big brother of the micro, started trading in, September 1997. But the micro came in back in 2019 because the mini contracts got too big. The pricing of the mini contracts got to be too expensive for a lot of newer traders. And listen, these exchanges, at the end of the day, they're businesses and they want you to trade their wares. So the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, or CME, got smart and they were like, well, let's make it even smaller. So think about this. We started with the big S&P 500 futures. That was the only thing that was there in the 80s, 90s. Then you got the E-mini S&P. Now they're the micros as well. Now, the micros aren't just for the E-mini S&P. They are across all four of the major indexes. And the actual smallness, if you will, of the micro is the following. They are 1/10 the size of their respective E-mini contract. So again, taking the E-mini S&P as our example, sticking with the S&P 500, one MES tick is 0.25 index points. It's $1.25. Remember, the ES was $12.50. So that makes one MES point, which has 4 ticks in it, just $5, whereas the ES is $50. You can see right out of the gate that this allows you, if you have a smaller trading account and you cannot accommodate the margins required to trade the ES, you can trade the MES. So the size is different, but what's the same? Still quarterly contracts, still nearly 24 hours a day, 6 days a week trading, and it should track the underlying S&P 500 cash index. Now, when I say should, it's because there are going to be variances between different types of instruments, even if they're all pointing to the same market. So keep that in mind. Now, special note is an ability to offset, okay? In theory, because I haven't dug into this yet, so I'm just presenting this possibility to you. You got to look into it on your own. If you are long one E-mini contract, but short 10 micro E-minis, you have a net zero position. That is factually true. I'm 99.99%. Here's the thing. I don't look at it as true fungibility. You can't go to the store, okay, and buy one long E-mini contract and then leave the store if you sell it and get 10 micro E-minis. It doesn't work that way. However, you can use micro E-minis to hedge positions in regular E-minis. This is not something I do. I am just letting you know that option is out there. So what are the ticker symbols? Again, sticking with the S&P 500. On the E-mini micro, because I already showed you the main one is ES, and the micro is M. So all you do is add an M in the front and you get MES. This is what is the symbol on TradeStation, my preferred platform for charting and trading. And then Thinkorswim is another major one, so I've included it here. Last I checked, this was their symbol. Again, these things can change based on brokerage, charting software, and more, so you got to stay on top of your resource. In the end, listen, you have to have a futures account to trade futures contracts. Okay, you can't use a stock account to trade futures contracts. I'm not saying to run out and open one. I'm just letting you know that if you have a stock account, I don't want you to waste time opening it up and trying to see if you can, simulate trade buying and selling futures. It won't work. You need a separate futures account and it has different rules and money requirements on it. Now, I, again, happen to use TradeStation. I don't get any sort of kickback or anything if you go to this website and try to dig into it. It's just going to link you to an application that you can check out if you're interested in opening a futures trading account with TradeStation. Now, like I mentioned, do your due diligence. There are resources out there. I will show you a couple right now. This first one, cmegroup.com/education. This is where it takes you right now if you head there, right? So there's all this information, resources you can learn, videos you can watch, articles you can read, glossary, trading simulator, so many things. And there's just so much information there, in addition to what I will continue to share with our tribe, with members, with those of you who decide to join me in using my tool. So there you have it, some facts on futures that I hope will help you better understand this extremely important, amazing, wonderful market that's out there. But it does have a lot of rules. It does have a lot of regulations. You've got to be on top of what's out there. And like I said, My favorite trading tool is something that is very well applied to the futures market, so I wanted to make sure you had a little bit of a background lesson here on futures so that you can come in ready to rock. Can't wait to see you in our live session. I'll see you soon.